Access Sportsnet Lakers brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Chris McGee, Danny Green, big game James Worthy. We're going to hear from Trudell a little later in the show. Danny just got back from Denver also.
I did.
Yeah.
It was a time.
You're calling that for
Apple Vision Pro.
How was it?
Get you one. It was great, man. It was a lot of fun, smooth. Mark Rogandino, shout out to him, made it really easy.
Yeah.
Just like you do for
Thanks,
us.
buddy.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Game was a fun one to watch. You know, they had a chance. They were coming back, fighting, showing character, show some defense.
That game could have got away a few different times. So I did take a positive away from them.
I was impressed. Even though they lost, that was a game where I feel like they learned a lot. They found something with the small ball and their defensive, rotation. So I like what they were doing.
All right. Big game, how you doing over there?
I'm good, man. I was thinking about that Apple Pro, man.
Yeah,
I was nice.
Trying to get one of those too.
Yeah, pretty cool. We got to have a segment on just about how that works.
I would love to see a game like
virtual
that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, first things first, a look at the Western Conference standings heading into tonight's action. We did this in yesterday's show as well because the Lakers not only had the tiebreaker advantage against the Nuggets, but they were only a half game back. They now fall a game and a half back, and they are 1-1. They have a big one coming up next Saturday at Crypto.com Arena against the Nuggets, but they have a lot to do before that, and starts tonight with the Indiana Pacers. The Lakers still above the line, 2 games ahead of the Phoenix Suns. The Suns did lose last night as well to the Chicago Bulls at home. All right, so the big one here, LeBron James is out. Elbow contusion, hard fall late in the game last night. Hopefully get him back sooner than later, like Sunday, but we will not see LeBron James tonight.
Deserving.
Well, you're gonna miss his contribution, obviously. His experience. But I got to tell you, this team has been known for stepping up without certain players. And for me, I think it's a perfect night for Austin Reeves. He's the guy that I think he hasn't had a reduction in his ball handling and getting to the line and all that, but I think he's a guy that needs the ball in his hand. And so tonight you're going to see that. Rui, another player. Ayton, if he's available. I'm not sure if he's available or not, but there are guys that can step up. And I think that's the motto, next man up.
And by the way, you can see from the one angle from behind the basket how fast LeBron was going. Because when you see the other angle, you don't see the injury as bad. But as that arm with force is moving to the ground.
He's a train. They don't call him the L train. He'll get out the way for a reason. But I second that what Big Game was saying, that this is the Austin Reeves night tonight, and he needs one of these nights to regain his rhythm and confidence. He's a confident guy already, confident kid. But this is one of those games, and they have next man up energy. I like a lot of things they did. Jackson Hayes played great the other night. So did Rui as well. But we need to continue to see that from Rui, that aggressiveness. But Austin Reeves' usage rate needs to go up for him to feel more in rhythm, more involved, and just playing his normal game what we've seen early in the season.
People hate whenever I've said this maybe 3 times in my life, and they hate it when I say it, but there was a lot of winning in that loss.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's something that they know that they were right there, something they can build on. It wasn't like they just wasn't playing hard or making silly mistakes. It was, Jokic was a problem, but there was a lot of winning in that game the other night that they can build on that going forward.
That's well said.
It's kind of crazy that we, it's a back-to-back, right?
Yep.
I think beginning of the season, we would have automatically assumed LeBron James would have been out for back-to-back.
But he's been available for the last couple of months.
That's what makes it so impressive. He's been doing back-to-back, so he's deserving of a rest day.
He is
on
for
a back-to-back.
sure.
No disrespect to Indiana, but this is a game where these guys can step up and kind of fill the void in those shoes in this type of game.
There was a point in the season where the team was used to playing without LeBron James, and now he has been available. James, to answer your question, because we'll get to it right now, no Deandre Ayton tonight. He played 4 minutes. He started the game, felt something in that knee, the knee that has been bothering him. Did not play the rest of that Denver game, and we will not see him tonight.
Maxey,
got to get him
up.
No, Maxey out too.
Oh, he's out too?
Yes.
So it's just Jackson Hayes and Rui.
And then that small ball lineup.
Get it done.
They got something good in that small ball lineup. I like what they did, even though it was Jokic. But having Rui at the 5, having Luke Kennard, that's 5 out. They were getting 3s because, Jokic didn't want to leave the paint. It would be different against this matchup against Indiana.
typical NBA lineup anyway these days.
Yeah, but they found some with that small ball lineup. It really rotated great, fronted the post, doubled, came, was active, deflections, and got some defensive stops that I'd expect them to get, and they got themselves back in the game, which was impressive.
Yeah, and JJ mentioned they could have really used Maxi Kleba last night in that type of a game, the physicality, also with Jokic, with Ayton going out. And so the Lakers without 2 starters tonight, second night of a back-to-back, going to have to play well tonight to win. Listen, the Pacers have been losing, but of course they're going to get some guys back tonight who have not played in a while. We'll get to that later. It's a back-to-back, James. It's never easy coming back from Denver because you get in late. Got to take this one seriously, and you got to be ready to play because you cannot look to that Knicks game. We all know that's going to be a fun one and an entertaining one and a big one, but it starts tonight.
Yeah, one of the most important ingredients to have in any professional athlete or in anything really is mind over matter.
Yeah.
You know, you're coming home from a pretty decent game that you played, and there's some areas you improved in, and just couldn't pull it off. So you come home with that momentum, knowing that you're at home. You just use that. You know, sometimes you're in a back-to-back and you're on the road. That's tougher. But when you're coming home, you want to guard your yard. You know, you got to chill in your bed a little bit, so you be comfortable and come out and get the game. Not comfortable doing the game, but come out and get the game at home, start in the first quarter.
And you know what, Danny? Before that Denver game, they had a couple easy ones where guys were not playing heavy minutes. So you hope that, you're in a good place tonight heading in. But it is hard coming back
Outside
from
of the
Denver.
New
You've done
Orleans
it.
game, yes, because the New Orleans game kind of pushed the limit. They played more minutes than they would have liked to.
Yes.
And they played well, but they were, like I said, they had favorable games. They were able to rest some and be fresh. Now you have a heavy back-to-back coming off a 8 o'clock game in Denver. I mean, 7 o'clock here.
What's the hardest part about this game?
Just kind of refocusing and reshaping. But I think they have the group to do it. And don't take Indiana lightly. But this is a team that you can kind of have those guys have that confidence and build it and not like be too worried or concerned of like, oh, we need LeBron or we're going to miss LeBron.
Yeah.
This is a night where like, all right, we can step up, we can figure out how to get it done, and some of us can kind of find ways to get our rhythm. Whether it's Austin, whether it's Rui or Luke Kennard or Jake LaRavia or Marcus Smart, who had a great game in New Orleans doing all the intangibles and shot it well in Denver, but there was some stretches there where he kind of was out of sorts, and I'm like, he looks like he doesn't look like himself defensively the way the game started. Like he jammed his finger, then he fell, he was falling, and they called a foul. And he eventually got the offensive foul call on Jokic, and then started knocking down threes and got in his rhythm.
Yeah.
So, like these type of nights tonight are for those type of guys.
And plus, sometimes you fly in from these games late night from Denver, 3-hour flight, and you would think that sleep all day. But you really can't do that. You gotta get up for at least a few hours, remind your body that, hey, we got to do something tonight. So it just depends on how personnel, and I'm sure these days teams have it so that you activate your body and be ready for a back-to-back game.
That's a good point because your routine is important.
Yeah, back in the day, we sleep all day, till 5 o'clock. You know what I mean?
I used to sleep pretty well, like most of that next day. So
you got to get up and at least a couple hours to kind of activate your body and get the proper thing going.
All right, Luke Kennard is shooting exactly 50% from deep this season. He's looking to become the first NBA player to hit more than half of his triples since Kyle Korver in 2010. We'll